So the countdown has finished, and we are on to see cutscenes. That we can, of course, skip. But our first level is gonna be Glimmer.
Yeah, Glimmer is... Like, before we really get into it, Glimmer is, like, a really difficult level. So you generally see, like, a lot of resets here, and right away...
Blunt is having controller issues.
Yeah,
Amazing.
So in this game, we have something called the double jump. Like, if you've ever seen a Spyro 2 speedrun, of course, you've seen that. It's not really a double jump, it's more so like you're putting like height into the I don't even know.
Yeah, you just go higher, and you do that by standing still, or like not pressing any directions, and then pressing jump and charge shortly after, and then you get a little bit more height. That's called a double jump. Again, as Valen said, not exactly a double jump, but
yeah. But we use that to like go backwards through the level here, just because it ends up being faster, mostly because of this gem cutter. We like are taking through the level and killing each of these lizards. Like, he has different checkpoints, I guess, you have to like walk to, and yeah, it'd just be really slow to go through the level normally, and then like talk to like get through all those checkpoints that way. So this is just a lot more efficient.
yeah, the double jump just allows to so many out of bounds in this game. It ends up being very, very broken. So you'll see a lot of levels just kind of done back to front. I'll point on those later on. Nerf is currently suffering from that in New Zealand. The internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Glimmer is actually pretty tough. Like, it's a pretty heavy reset point. I mean, obviously it's the first level, but there's so much stuff that can just go wrong here and that can cost time. Like this indoor lamp cycle. I mean, it can be a little tight. So if you mess that up, you just like lose hella time and people tend to reset.
Yeah, it's also just really annoying because for some reason the developers decided you can't quit to menu in Glimmer, so you have to exit the level and then quit the game, which, you know.
Or restart the console, I guess.
Yeah.
People also do that sometimes. Yeah, Blunt started, unfortunately, basically a little late because they got controller issues, so they're most likely gonna be behind finishing Glimmer here.
Yeah. Again, that's...
But, I mean, they have the record, so you can only expect them to start catching up as the race goes on.
Yeah, and like we said, it's Spyro 2. There's just a lot of ways you can, like, gain or lose significant time in this game, so... Like, it's really just the start.
Also, something that I do want to point out is that if you notice on each individual timer, like, they're nowhere near in sync. So keep that in mind as the race also goes on. Anyway, so now that Glimmer is done, we want to really see a proper level for a bit. So this game is extremely broken, as we mentioned before. And the way that this game works is that there's money bags, as you can see in ZL's screen. You just paid for swim. But money bags is scattered around the game, and he can open portals or levels or whatever. But what's most important is that he also keeps certain abilities. So I guess in order to swim, you just pay this bear, and you can learn to swim. Ooh, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, because of that, Spyro doesn't really start with all of the abilities either. So what we're gonna do is just get those like right away, as well as get an extra reward for our efforts that we'll touch on that later. But we're gonna be doing boss skips and a couple of extra rewards actually. But yeah, we'll touch on those later. We're gonna be doing boss skips. So ZL just did the first one, and Hypno is also in the way of doing a crush skip.
Yeah, I mean, skipping into Crush, the skip name is a little weird there, but not physically skipping the boss.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to say about Crush. You just end up damage abusing a lot, kind of waiting for him to get off the platform, and then he goes back onto it. It's a pretty scripted fight. Not a whole lot can go wrong here.
Yeah. It's just damage abusing and stuff. I mean, I guess there's always the risk of dying, but I would be surprised if anyone from this batch of runners takes a death in Crush. This is me jinxing people, by the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, the crush the skip into Crush rather is also pretty simple. Like, you use, as you saw, like you use a door that just kind of falls on you. Like, you press the button while being in the thing and you just fall out of bounds like that.
Yeah,
You
and
just
it's
double jump out. It's really easy. But the next skip will not be as easy as Crush skip.
no, that's very much an understatement. Even just getting up to this point, ground to portal, pretty tricky. Wall glide there, but not too bad. The rest of this isn't too bad. Just make sure, like, past that orb, you don't hold a square and bonk on that arch getting up there. But yeah, we're coming up to a very weird skip, we'll say here.
Yeah, we'll take the advantage of this section here. I mean, you have to get an orb in the other side of the universe and a couple of gems, but take the advantage of this to explain what this next trick is about. So the next boss skip, just skip into Gulp. This Gulp skip has gone through a lot of changes throughout the years. Before there used to be a method called Pillar or something like that. It used to be very unreliable, but now it's a little bit easier. But what you want to do is you are going to clip inside a wall. The wall is not visible, but it is still there, like you can see it from the other side. It's a breakable wall, but you can clip in there very, very precisely by doing what CL is doing, like just kind of going very, very slowly towards the wall. And we'll see magic in a second, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay. It's still going. Oh, there we go. So ZL
Yeah.
clipped, and then he's gonna charge glide into the wall, and for some reason Spyro falls out of bounds. And he's going into Gulp.
Yeah. I think the technical reason is, like, you're past the wall, but you're, like, still on the floor. You can very easily, like, go back in bounds if you're not careful, but that's kind of
Blunt messed it up, unfortunately. So he has to try again. So that puts ZL into a pretty big advantage. We see Nerf sometimes whenever his internet decides to cooperate, but he seems to be in Gulp as well, so it seems like he got a good Gulp skip. ZL's layout is throwing me off so hard because he has Hypno at the top, and I'm like, wait, is that Hypno? But yeah, Gulp is probably one of the more RNG heavy sections in the game. So the way this fight works is that you want to get double hits as much as you can, meaning you can hit him twice. So for example, in Blunt's screen, you get 2 barrels here, and you're able to hit him twice per phase. You can do that with a certain combination of items. The only one that really doesn't work would be Bomb and Bomb, where you cannot get a double hit like that. But the first 2 phases are more or less scripted, or the first 3, I guess. For the first hit, you're gonna get barrels. For the second hit, you're gonna get bombs. and then for the third hit you're gonna get rockets, and then after that everything else is random. So you're gonna be relying on RNG here. You can even get triple hits if you get really lucky.
Yeah, it's just normally if you get perfect double hits, it's also not necessary, but it's an RNG fight, so that's not always the case.
Yeah. So ZL and Nerf just finished here. Nerf is ahead right now, based on the timer, like on his individual timer, but ZL is pretty close behind. I don't know, Hypno seems to not have been having the greatest Gulp, unfortunately. It's just how Gulp can be tricky. Anyway, on ZL's screen, we're gonna be seeing another skip. I don't even know how this one is called. I don't even know if it has a name, but anyway, you will skip into Dragon Shores here. So the way that the portals work is whenever they're not activated, they, like, the entry point, or the trigger, I guess, is located directly below the portal. This is true for Spyro 2 and 3. So in 3 you'll probably see the same thing, but anyway. You can clip into... he went for the...
Yeah, he went for
the
wall.
fast thing, yeah.
Yeah, wall.
But yeah, you can just enter the portals that are inactive through there. ZL tried to do a fast strat, but yeah, this is one of the rewards that I was talking about earlier, is to get this fireball. Generally, it's a reward for beating the game 100%. You get this permanent fireball, but you can access it out of bounds, so you can just get this for the rest of the run.
Yeah, and this will, like, it speeds up things significantly. Like, from here.
Yep. Yeah, so right now what we're gonna be doing is fighting Ripto. Not only because it's just faster to fight him now, but also because upon fighting Ripto you get another of the rewards, which is an extended Sparks range.
It also allows you to skip,
and money bags, yeah.
skip money bags payments. So he will, like, everything will be unlocked at that point. All of the abilities,
Did you see that Blunt went for?
Yeah, all of the yeah, everything will be unlocked at that point.
So Blunt opted to not do the swimming air, instead went for Sproller into Ripto and got it, so that's pretty crazy. Sproller into Ripto is really tough, and it doesn't save as much time in 100% as it does in, obviously, like 14 tally or any percent, but it still does save time. It's pretty impressive to just do it in the run, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it earlier. He had a video of him doing it like 100 times in a row. So
yeah,
if
crazy.
Anyone's justified in doing it, it's Blunt.
Crazy good at that trick. Anyway, Ripto. I mean, the first 2 phases you just like fireball him to death, and then the third phase is just trying to follow this bird thing and trying to hit as optimally as possible. There's a pattern that you can follow.
Yeah,
but...
for all intents and purposes, the first 2 phases are skipped with Fireball.
Yeah. Oh, he did normal skip, I see. Okay. Yeah, for the yeah, Blunt did the Sprawler in Dragon Shores. Yes. It takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
A Sprawler, we'll probably get to that at some point. There's a few usages of Sprawler in the run, but we'll explain what that means later. So now we are gonna be doing Winter Tundra. Yes, this is how it's called, and no names. So the way that we do the hosts is, Winter Tundra, then Summer Forest?
Yeah, Summer Forest, and then Autumn Plains.
Autumn Plains, yeah. But the first level is gonna be Robotica. So in this game, contrary to Spyro 1 and 3, the enemies don't actually give you gems, but they give you these soul things that allow you to unlock like certain power-ups that are specific to each level. The not you don't need them for all of the levels. Like there's sometimes workarounds, but you will need them here in Robotica Farms. So each like power up requires a certain amount of souls. I don't exactly remember how much is this. I think it's 12 or something like that, but maybe it's more, 15. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just due to the routing of this level, because it like you don't technically need it, but it does significantly like speed
it
up.
up.
Yeah.
Another thing about routing in this level is just these mystery jars. A lot of the levels you'll do from front to back because of either these mystery jars or just there's just an objective that starts kind of at the end and you have to go back to the beginning to complete it. So we'll see a lot of this really weird routing.
Yeah, routing is kind of all over the place, just like for a lot of levels, just due to how what double jumping allows for.
Yeah. There's a few mechanics that we haven't really touched on, which would be charge flaming. That is very useful, it's very fast. Charge flaming is basically flaming something and then pressing charge immediately after, so the gem homes directly into you. You can do it the same way with Fireball as you can with normal flame. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of like Fireball action just to speed up slightly gem collection. But yeah, ZL Nerf just finished, and ZL is about to finish this level, as well as Blonde, so it's pretty close as of now. Nerf is ahead by a significant margin, but ZL and Blunt are pretty close together. Well, significant meaning like 30 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna be doing another out of bounds here to enter. It's a very similar one, but to enter Metropolis.
Yeah.
Because Metropolis portal isn't active yet, so we have to access it from out of bounds. Metro is a cool level.
It's also just faster.
Yeah, it is fast.
Like even if you could access it normally.
Oh, you mean the skip? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It is faster just to do that. That happens a lot in, not a lot, but it happens in Spyro 3 with the extra characters. But you'll see Spyro 3 at some point. Anyway, Metro is a pretty quick level. It's pretty neat. It's the only level in this game that has like a double power up. It requires like 2 souls too. It's not. Like you'll probably not run down or not run below souls or whatever to open that up. But yeah, this area here, where Nerf is at, we're gonna be doing an out of bounds, and Nerf has to enter back in bounds from, I think it's the right side, yeah, because otherwise the game it has a chance of crashing there. So if you enter from the left, chances are you're gonna crash the game. So that's if you've ever done it, that is why. It's a finicky out of bounds, you know how it works anyway. But yeah, we don't actually need the power up to destroy the UFOs just because we already have Fireball. So it's just faster to do some gem collecting. And this is a cycle heavy level too. At least the beginning, the cycles are going for a while, so you have to do pretty good movement at the beginning of the level to be able to catch the proper cycle and do the proper gem collecting. But it seems ZL, Blunt, and Nerf got it pretty well.
Yeah, after you've like after UFOs 1, like it seems like they've gotten it quite consistently, or like they're quite consistent, like with all the cycles in this level, since it's like so cycle heavy.
Yeah. After that, there's not much. It's just much of gem collecting. So
Yeah, just kind of cleaning up the level.
yeah. Then we'll be moving to
Canyon Speedway, our
yeah.
first speedway of this run.
So speedways in this game work a little different as they do in Spyro 1. Just a little. I mean, there's kind of the time trial aspect that is kept from the first game, but now they added also a like a mini game to it, so you can get an orb
Yeah,
from it.
like half of them are auto scrollers, which this one does have, but I mean, we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah, Canyon is not. I mean, all of the speedways, of course, have like their optimal routes too. Canyon's route is pretty straightforward for the most part.
Yeah, it hasn't changed in a long time.
Yeah.
There's not really a whole lot to do.
The main tricky part is just getting the proper hits on the bolters at the end. It can be tricky to do it fast, but seems Nerf got it down there pretty well. Anyway, so Nerf and Blunt, or not, sorry, not Blunt. Nerf and Zeal are entering our auto scroller here, where you will hear pew 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 a lot. Well, maybe, I don't know, because I think the audio from the stream is on Hypno's side, potentially.
Yeah.
So you may not hear pew 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 for a bit, but trust me, that's what happened. That's what's happening right now. It's pretty close so far between Zeal, Nerf, and Blunt.
Yeah.
Blunt started, of course, with the hiccups in in the controller IRL issue.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but he's kept it together pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just not a whole lot to say until we're past this.
Yeah, this auto scroller. There's not really much of this that's particularly interesting. Oh my god, Zio. That's scary. Could have been bad to mess this up. Of course, like the auto scrollers, I mean, they're auto scrollers, they tend to be easy, but you mess one of them up and you lose 1 billion approximately. 1 billion trillion years. Anyway, Ziel's out and Nerf is out. Blunt will be out soon, so we will be entering, I think, Mystic Marsh.
Yeah, Mystic Marsh.
Mystic Marsh.
Mystic Marsh is just very interesting because the route is the level is already quite open, but the route is like really all over the place because of like the trading like side orb thing where you end up like trading certain items for other characters until you like get his pencil back for the orb. So the route is dictated by that minigame a bit. But yeah, you'll kind of see it's just all over the place here.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the weirdest routes in the, like, at least the original trilogy in terms to follow. It's really just all over the place. So it makes it pretty interesting. But honestly, I want to say that like our runners have been doing really, really well. The early game of this game is really tough, and it's very easy to just lose hella time in it. So, pretty happy that it's been or it's still close even past the early game. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Nerf just kind of combined cutscenes there.
Yeah.
By killing the kangaroo, who has one of the, I think they're like, I forget what they are, but they're a key item you need for one of the orbs, and talk to the end of level NPC at the same time, and kind of just combined the cutscenes, and you'll see that a fair few times throughout the run.
Yeah. On ZL's screen, you're gonna see he gets this kangaroo, and then he's gonna pause the game and pause. That's to speed up the cutscene. For some reason, if you pause it on pause while waiting for whatever that item is to come to you, it just skips the cutscene. So it's a little bit faster to just do that than wait. The pause menu in Spyro 2 is so slow though, but yeah. It's just faster anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, that's basically March in a nutshell. So anyway, I'm gonna take this time to remind you all that you're watching the 4th SPRASH League week. So we only have, after this, we only have 2 more races left, which will serve of for the qualifiers for the bigger event that is happening in December. So look forward to that. That should be super exciting. But yeah, DL and Nerf have already collected the last of the items from the kangaroos. It's good, very good. So
Yeah.
putting the orb here, and now it's just cleaning up the rest of the trading minigame plus whatever gems they have left.
Yeah, as you can see, you start by talking to the professor pretty much, and then end by talking to him. It's like you're messing with that side, like that orb, the whole level.
Yeah. Yeah, as we mentioned, there's kind of a few orbs that are like this, but this one is probably the most notable of the run. Anyway, Nerf is the first one to finish up here, and ZL is gonna be finishing up very soon as well. Blunt had to do a really odd detour because they missed a 5 gem before the cutscene, so they're having to go back for the 5 gem and then continue on.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Whenever you combine those cutscene stuffs and then Spyro gets teleported out, it's like, well, have to get the gem anyway. So
Yeah. Now we're moving on to Cloud, and I don't think there's a whole lot to say about Cloud. There is a couple things, but
yeah, I mean, the Cloud is pretty broken, but you'll see that. Ideally, you'd have to kill like a bunch of enemies, or ideally, I guess, like normally.
yeah.
You'd have to kill a bunch of enemies, but I mean, using double jump, you can skip a lot of the stuff. And there is another arrow scroller here, but we're gonna be doing stuff to at least not necessarily speed it up, but clean up the level while watching the arrow scroller. Other than that, there's this orb that Nerf is doing right now with the bells.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the power up requires 21 spirits to be able to open, but we don't really need the power up because we have Fireball. So
Yeah.
you can just ring the bells with the Fireball, and it ends up being a ton more convenient.
Because it would take quite a while to kill 21 enemies.
Yeah.
In comparison. Now, as you can see on ZL's screen here, he's gonna kill this guy and then go over here and talk to Agent 9. More of those combining cutscenes. Oh,
He's gonna do it after getting the orb.
yeah, I think he that was he messed it up. I'm not
Or
sure.
not after getting the orb, sorry. He kills the guy. Or are you talking about Nerf?
Yeah, nerf.
Ah, okay. No, Zeal's got it here. He combines the cutscene of getting the level orb, and then the auto-scroller to start triggering. Agent Zero is like really annoying. I mean, he just goes kind of slow and he turns around and looks if there's anyone behind him, and then clearly doesn't hear all these fireballs being thrown at walls and chests breaking. He's like, oh, I don't think I heard that. He has to physically see you.
Yeah.
So this is just kind of an auto-scroller of following around and then cleaning up the rest of the level.
Yeah, I think ZL might have caught up here because Nerf has to go back and get this end of level orb.
Yeah, you're right. He may have caught up. That's one of the mistakes that we've mentioned. Like, there's some small stuff that can happen that just ends up adding up. So we'll see. ZL finished the level at 3058. I think Nerf. No, I think they're around tied. Yeah, I think ZL did catch up. And Blunt coming in close behind now. Yeah, so Nerf is like 4 seconds ahead. But Seal's very close, and then Blunt is like a minute behind or something.
Yeah,
Roughly.
still respectable.
Yeah, still pretty close, so. Anyway, if anyone in chat also has questions to ask, we will answer if we are able to get to it.
Yeah.
But for now, we're gonna be moving to Summer Forest. So now we're doing the first hub again. Everything but Glimmer. So we're going into Colossus. No, yes. I cannot remember the name. It's been a while for me, but I think it is Colossus.
It is Colossus, yeah.
Okay, so Colossus has a few different things that we can talk about. Now, I mean, after Glimmer, we haven't really seen any talismans either, but those also add, like, going to completion, so you actually need to get the talismans.
Yeah.
It can be kind of easy to forget about them, but yeah, we'll get them. So in Zeal's screen, he just got some chests that were behind the wall. You'll probably see it in Nerf's screen here coming up soon. Maybe all those pixels, but you may be able to see it in Nerf, like right here.
Yeah.
For some reason, like on some of the walls, you can just do that and charge.
Yeah, the fireball just kind of goes through the wall and hits the basket, so you can like flame charge it. And again, we have one of these side missions that kind of dictate the route of the level at least a little bit. With these green guys, or these statues you have to flame each of. Not as much, but you do like kind of want to immediately get to it, so you can start the the orb challenge.
And right coming up in ZL's screen, you're gonna be seeing the best minigame ever, said no one probably. This is hockey.
Yeah. It is a lot more consistent now.
Just say that,
yeah,
but he proceeds to mess it up. It is a lot more consistent now. Back in the day, it used to be very odd. Like, technically not luck-based, but basically.
Yeah.
What you want to do now is you want to get to the orb as fast as possible. So you do a like charge jump, and you're able to get to the orb before the
puck, yeah.
Or sorry, not the puck. Hockey, I know hockey. Yeah, before the goalkeeper gets to it. And that takes hella time, like hella time just learning this strat. So if you notice, for example, in Nerf screen, like ZL finished the orb at like 139 and Nerf finished at 145, sorry. So Nerf saved like 6 seconds over ZL just by getting it every time. Even though ZL only messed it up once, it's just it adds up. And now we have to do Hockey 2. So we have to do it twice. Hockey 2 is a little bit more predictable for the most part. What you want to do is you want to flame that orb fell out of bounds on Nerf's screen. Nice. The orb literally fell out of bounds on Nerf's screen.
Oh,
that can
wow.
happen, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to flame the guy, and then the goalkeeper from the other team will try to send the orb to, you know, the opponent. But if you get in the way, you can just get the orb immediately. I don't know. I think it's just kind of RNG whether your goalkeeper shoots it left or right. Which is kind of annoying. You most likely prefer your goalkeeper to shoot it left, but yeah, it is what it is. Both of them finishing roughly. Well, I was about to say around the same time, but I think Nerf caught up a little bit. Oh yeah, Blunt is doing hockey. Hopefully I missed that.
Yeah.
But he's doing hockey 2 now. Probably had a very clean hockey 1, which I missed. I apologize. Sorry, Blunt.
Sorry.
Anyway. He's also getting a pretty good hockey too, so this may be where he makes up some time over ZL and Nerf, which both of them have. The small pickups, not too bad, but you know.
Oh, thank
Blunt also had like pretty much a perfect hockey too, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, and ZL is
The first one to finish here, but
at least on the stream.
Yeah, on the stream. Nerf is behind by like delay on the stream. But I think Nerf is ahead. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nerf is first now by 5 seconds or so. 4 seconds. And then Blunt will be probably making up some time.
I mean, we'll see what happens in this next level. A lot can change very quickly here. Oh no, Blunt's just missed the last gem there. That's not terrible, but that's probably like 10 seconds or so.
You can go out of bounds here. Oh no, never mind. You have to get this
other. Yeah, that's probably like
worse.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, that is kind of. I hope he saw it. I assume he did because he's like
he tried to turn back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Idle Springs is yeah, he's going for it now. Idle Springs is another of these like trying to go to the end of level at some point kind of quick. Like you trigger one of the puzzle orb pretty fast. And this is the worst part of the run.
Yeah, this is everyone's favorite part of Spyro 2, fish. So we could see things change drastically here, just depending on what the fish want to do. Basically, we want blue and yellow fish to like
now the O's getting destroyed.
Hit into the idol's mouth, and the game can just decide, you know, for however long just to give you red fish.
Yeah,
like
no,
ZL's
getting destroyed. Like
yeah,
on the stream delay thingy, Nerf was behind entering fish, and now he's like 2 fish over ZL. Nice. I truly love this minigame.
Yeah.
So awesome. So awesome that it's also 40 minutes in too. This could be like a reset point, and there's nothing you can do about it. Very cool. We sound very alike, and we're also using the same mic.
Yeah, that's probably why we're using the same mic. So,
like we're chilling in the same room.
Same acoustics, same mic. So,
Anyway, Nerf finished and has gone way farther than ZL. ZL's still... Oh man, ZL is getting absolutely demolished by fish.
Yeah. This is really unfortunate.
Yeah, just finished. Man, that's gonna cost hella time, frankly. That's really unfortunate. That almost gave enough time for Blunt to catch up, literally. Blunt is in
Yeah.
fish now.
Yeah, and like Nerf is like halfway done with the level. Like a little more than that now.
Yeah.
Now, and part of the routing here is like just finishing those up. This chest is like you can get a big proxy off of it. It's not super hard. You just kind of like hold charge and down into it, and while holding charge, you want to hit X, so it just kind of flies Spyro up for one, like it just does that for one frame, and then you just fly up with it.
Well, I don't know how Blunt got fish, but it seems like he also wasn't treated kindly.
Yeah.
Nerf's was not bad at all, honestly. But
Yeah, Nerf probably had the best fish here.
yeah, ZL and Blunt seem to not have been rewarded super kindly. But yeah, not much to say about Idle Spring from here on out. Nerf is just about to finish, and Zio is getting the last... Yeah, the last orb. I was like, wait, the talisman's not an orb. So... There's a few things we can talk about in the hub, I guess. The hub obviously has orbs. So the first orb that we're gonna be getting here now is gonna be the tutorial orb.
Yeah, yeah, 40 minutes into the run. It just kind of works out this way because it is kind of a slow orb to get, and like there's kind of specific things we want to do like after this orb, which you'll see in a minute.
Zeal getting a pretty clean end of level. But yeah, here on Nerf's screen, you can see Nerf flying, and he's gonna get this other orb. I like optimally, or not optimally. Why am I saying optimally? Intentionally, like what the devs intended is for you to use this underwater tunnel and then get the orb. But we're gonna be doing a trick here that we have already seen before by some runners called Swiminer.
Yeah, and this is just important. Like, we don't need this per se, because we already have like everything from Moneybags, but this does speed up the level dramatically because, well, Spark's range extends here, but also just not having to climb up this ladder and collect all these gems from like around there does save a lot of time, and also just getting this out of bounds really fast.
I think while we were explaining stuff, it seems like Blunt got a pretty bad mistake where he got the proxy on the chest, which we never talked about, but this game has some proxies. I guess we'll touch on them at some point. But he fell down, so that's a really rough time loss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hypno's doing fish now. I'm not sure how well it's written, Hypno, but he seems to be waiting for the last fish to come by.
Yeah. Also, Nerf is in
guessing by Hypno's reaction, where he middle fingers the fish, I'm guessing that went pretty well.
Yeah, but Nerf is in the next Speedway now, which, looking at the routes now that are available, this is might be the hardest one. You're just hitting like the cars is like you're getting other objectives a lot. It seems.
And now we have the orb thing, which You think it's an auto scroller? I mean,
But-
at least it's portrayed that way. But you can
but-
actually get these rings, like the red rings. You can get them. So
Yeah. The only thing that Hunter does here is he shrinks the rings.
Yes.
Like, I think there is like some amount, like there is some rubber banding here to make him go faster, but if you can just get ahead of him and get the rings before him, like, he doesn't matter too much. Yeah, as you can see here.
yeah, it's pretty unfortunate to see almost everyone get owned by Fish, but Fish is just so bad. Genuinely, one of the main reasons that I was like, no, screw this category. Just Fish so far. I mean, I'm not nowhere near as good as like some of these runners where it actually would be justified to research or to reset over Fish, but it still upset me, honestly.
Yeah, Fish is probably the most tilting thing in this game, so...
Very close to being the most tilting in the series, frankly. At least in the original trilogy.
Yeah, and all of the original SPRASH PS1 games.
Yeah. Nerf entering Colossus, Blunt about to do the swimming into Ocean. So yeah, like the gap between Nerf and Blunt is pretty big now. Over a Speedway worth of time.
Now Nerf is in oh my god, Hurricos. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hurricos. I mean, most of the main level is pretty short for the most part.
Yeah, there's not like a whole lot to say here. Again, the routing's pretty broken because of double jump, but that's been the case for a lot of levels.
Yeah, there's a thing where supposedly intentionally you have to hit some buttons and stuff, but you can just like hit the last button and you get the orb, which is pretty great. So you don't have to go through all of that.
Hi, Spyro.
Just like back and forth.
Okay.
And most of the level is just done in Thieves, which is the last orb.
Yeah.
Which takes quite a few.
Well, like half the level is just Thieves at the end. Or like almost half.
Wow.
It's quite a bit anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much more. The power up, I guess, in this level would be like the supercharge, but the fireball just does the same.
Yeah, and it doesn't like really speed it up in any significant way, so it's just kind of safely ignorable.
Oh yeah, and there's these light bulbs I always forget that you have to collect to be able to access the electric doors.
But they're just not relevant.
Yeah, they're not solid from the back, so you can just actually exit them even though they're there, which is pretty great. You need them only to get in, but not to get out.
Yeah. And it's like pretty easy to break this level with double jump in that regard.
Yeah. Alright, so going to Nerf's screen, he's doing Thieves now, and the way that Thieves is done in this section, I guess, you actually do follow a specific route to get them killed as fast as you can. Well, you cannot see it on... Oh, okay, you can see it on Nerf's screen anymore. Or, again, but... You have to... Once you put the first orb, you have to actually be kind of quick about putting the other orbs so you don't trigger the Thieves early. But the Thieves tend to steal or spawn in the same area every time. So there's a few in each individual area. And seems like Nerf is doing pretty good, 7. I believe 7 is about right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nerf only has the 2 in the center, and that should be it. It's pretty good, Thieves. And ZL is going into Thieves now as well. These, like, if you don't learn the route for Thieves, you can lose so much time here. It's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, the route nowadays is just like a lot faster than what it used to be.
Yeah, for sure. ZL doing pretty well too, same as Nerf.
I guess not.
Blunt's just entering Hurricos now. Was really not treated well by thieves. Or by fish.
I didn't know you would charge the thief, frankly.
I didn't either.
That's pretty funny.
Alright, Nerf is in oh my god, Sunny Beach. I think that's the name of the level.
Yeah, I think so. Sunny's another of those really fast levels. It's
Yeah.
pretty small in general.
I mean, the level would be a lot faster if not for two of the orb challenges. There's just...
Yeah, this is another one of the ones that basically one of the orbs takes like half the level in terms
Yeah.
of time.
And it's just kind of an auto-scroller. But other than that, this level is just mostly movement.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of finicky crap you have to worry about.
Yeah. There's the rescue turtles orb, but at least this one you don't have to trigger later on in the level, so you can just do it right away. It's the last thing we're gonna do though, because we get teleported back, so... Now it's time to flame turtles and get them on the buttons. That is pretty mean, I'm not gonna lie. Mean Spyro. Why is that designed like that anyway? Like, why are there buttons there? Who is supposed to press those?
Video game.
Video game.
As you can see, Nerf is already at the at this auto scroller pretty much.
Yeah, so this is turtle soup, and we get 2 of them. The first one is really short, like you only save 2 turtles, and that's it.
Well, 2 if you're fast.
Yeah, 2 if you're fast. But the next one just takes a bit. And I mean, it's not really too much interesting, or nothing super interesting going on.
Thanks for shutting.
Yeah, Blunt is literally living in the future. So is Nerf, honestly.
Yeah.
Because Nerf is in New Zealand.
Thank you, Spy.
Yeah, Blunt here finishing up Thieves.
Yeah.
Hypnos in Colossus. Colossus Hurricos. If he was in Colossus, I'd be very concerned. Kinda catching up a little too. He's doing alright. I mean,
Yeah.
Fish be like that, but Spyro is also just tough.
Yeah, when you're not already like not doing well from fish, it is just pretty easy to like domino into just like other mistakes.
Yeah. Alright, Nerf finished. ZL is in Turtle Soup 2. I want to pay here once ZL finishes Turtle 2, which is now. Pay attention to his screen and you'll see like this out of bounds shot kind of thing.
Yeah.
Using Fireball. Fireball has so weird of properties, but you are
Yeah.
able to hit the turtle cage, the last one, out of bounds.
You'll also see a very similar thing here on Nerf's screen, where you line yourself up against this wall and hit this button out of bounds and kind of just break how you're supposed to do the level and just go to the end right away.
Yeah, and Aquaria is another one of those levels where you do it from back to front. goes that way just because the last the last button is what floods the area, so you're able to access like most of the level like that. It is a weird level also if you hit the button at the end and you and you start going front like normally. This is the water is acts like really weird. But anyway, there's these sharks. You have to murder the
Thank
sharks.
you, Spyro.
Those sharks can actually go out of the water, which is pretty funny. At
Yeah.
least when you hit that button. Like the last
You
button
can
flies.
also just, if you're really ballsy, you can also just murder like
3
like one of them
or 1, yeah.
and
Go for it.
yeah.
There's more than a few orbs that work, as in like, you know, you get the last objective for the orb and then you get the orb. In this level, we'll see an example of that, where we will go out of bounds pretty much immediately upon going up top.
Yeah, this is like the out of bounds you found as like a kid. Very like just kind of not very smart design by Insomniac here.
It's really weird. There's supposed to be an invisible wall there, but if you just swim down, you can just fall out of bounds, and then you can rescue the last kid of the king, and the king is like, "You rescued my favorite kid," and gives you the orb.
Yeah.
And then the other 3
or 5.
Or sorry, the other 5
Yeah, but because
seahorses are
because you like rescued the last one, the game just kind of assumes you got the rest. But
yeah, and now Nerf is in an auto scroller. I mean, yeah, you can clean up the rest of the level using the manta ray though. You have to do this auto scroller twice, but it has the use to just clear up the level.
yeah.
Yeah, not really much to say about Aquaria. What's left? Blunt's just finishing up.
Turtle Soup.
Turtle Soup 2, and soon to be finishing up Sunny Beach, and then Hypno about to enter Turtle Soup. So yeah, definitely what's going on right now is ZL and Nerf are more or less close to each other, then Blunt behind, and then Hypno behind them. Game hard.
Yeah, the game is hard.
So,
We could still see developments in the last hub world here, though, so this certainly isn't decided yet.
Yeah. This run is decently long. Like it's about, for the really top runners, it's about 135. You know, the record is 132. So there's still quite a lot left of this run. Like basically another third, or more than a third.
Yeah, and the runners here are gonna like go to Scorch first, for reasons we'll get to later. But it's just ends up being faster this way, even if it looks kind of weird.
rock!
Yeah, there's probably a few Spyro runners that are very good at the game as well, that aren't being featured on this mainstream. There's a few others that are competing for the top 4 spot for this SPRASH for the SPRASH League. That includes Neuer, as I've seen in chat. And yeah, I will definitely be keeping up on the other racers as we... Oh, Blunt is going for the thing. Killing just one and then going for it.
Yeah.
Seems like he's got it. Nice. But yeah, I'll definitely be keeping up with the other runners as soon as we start closing into the end here, and update you all on that. Now we are into what is
We're in Scorch.
Scorch is what it is. Oh, I
Yeah.
hate this level actually. I
Yeah,
really
and-
don't like Bombo.
Scorch is another one of these cases where we just go to the back first because all the stuff we need to do is like right at the end, and we like need to go the start of the level.
All right, chat. What is Joel's least favorite level? I need to know this.
Least favorite? Why don't we go with favorite?
First least favorite because we're in Scorch. Fish, you know what? Understandable. I just really don't like Scorch. Mainly because of Bombo. I just don't like the routing either in the speedrun sense. But Fish is a good choice. Skilos. I actually like Skilos, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I like Skilos too. It's
Now what is Joel's favorite level? Fracture, that's a good call in terms of like least favorite, frankly, to be honest. I don't think much of Fracture, but I can see that one. But yeah, what's Joel's favorite? Ocean's least favorite is a good one too.
Ocean.
Yeah,
you
Ocean,
know,
Ocean is pretty garbage. Not gonna lie. No. I was asking least favorite first, but now what is your favorite? These are questions we need answers to.
yeah.
Anyway, while we wait for answers, this is yeah, Bombo, you have to do it 3 times, and you get only 1 ore for that too. But Nerf is gonna be going to the last one, which, I mean, he spawns like right at the beginning of the level. Bombo gets pretty broken because you can just go to the end. Like, you can only just trigger certain checkpoints, and he just kind of goes along with them. But you can still get hit, and if you get hit, you lose hella time, and it's super annoying. Hurricanes and Breeze, those are good choices. I like Breeze. I think this is cool, especially on the speedrun. It's super broken.
I've been trying.
Yeah, Hurricanes is cool. It goes by so fast. My favorite? I don't know what my favorite would be, frankly. There's a few levels that I like. I like Metro. Severe is fun for 1 minute. That's such a mood. You have no idea. Zephyr destroys me, so I'm not a big fan of Zephyr.
Now Nerf is out of. Oh my god, Nerf is ahead of Splits. Is this
And
PB?
Nerf is compared against a 130, like a mid 135.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be PB pace, but his PB is a 134 PB2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's...
Yeah, this is like a very good run.
Yeah, for
him.
Nerf is good. It's very good. ZL's definitely behind, but he's still doing pretty good, honestly. Like, both Nerf and ZL are having pretty stellar runs. Yeah, if we see a PV on Spyro 2, that'd be crazy, especially with how good Nerf's PV is.
Yeah. And now we are in Breeze Harbor.
Love Glimmer. Monka.
Or at least Nerf is. We have like a side mission in this level. You'll see the thing here in a minute, but Nerf is gonna get on these rails and start collecting these gears, which normally you're supposed to do with the cart, but I guess the programmers were just didn't bother making it where you need the cart to collect them, so you can just collect them as Spyro and then talk to the NPC and get the orb.
This is such a weird, like, sequence break, though. Like, you still need to talk to him. And even... So, like, like, how do I even explain it? If you talk to him without getting all of the things, it'll have some weird effects. If you talk to him like if you die, you lose everything too. It's actually pretty. I don't know. It is weird how this one works, but uh,
My sister.
once we collect all of the gears thingies, we have to talk to the guy to get the orb. It doesn't like automatically teleport you,
Yeah.
and for that you kind of have to go like out of bounds and inbounds, or you can clamp proxy, which is what Nerf just did. Well, he didn't clamp proxy into the thing, but that is clamp proxy. So
Yeah.
proxies aren't as used in this game as they would be in. I mean,
Or in
they're
this-
used in this or not
Yeah.
in this game. They are just in this category. They aren't as used.
Yeah. Mostly because like just
They're
the
routing.
the gems, you have
Yeah.
to collect a lot of them, and where it would be fast to proxy, there's gems anyway, so there's just not a whole lot of reason to.
Yeah, and they're just about to talk to the trolley guy and finish. Oh, ZL got a good proxy. So proxies, I mean, you may have heard these from, maybe not actually. I don't know, because Spyro one. But how proxies work is you get Spyro stuck in a very small hitbox, and then the game kind of just squeezes him out, giving him a lot of height. It's kind of like an analogy that Jeremy Thompson used to use, a very good Spyro 3 runner, is that it's as if you just grab a bar of soap that is wet, or like the bar of soap is just gonna squeeze out. It's basically the same thing that happens to Spyro whenever he gets stuck on a small.
Yeah, and
Hitbox.
like the main proxies you'll see like this
Thanks.
or you like charge into are like fodder proxies and dead body proxies, but mostly fodder proxies in this game.
Yeah. In Idle Springs, we saw the chest proxy, but that's kind of like one of the exceptions that you use, you know, an item or a wall. You can also use walls. Well, ZL took an interesting death there. It's not that bad, but he meant to jump here. All right.
We have Nerf and Skelos now.
Blunt is entering Breeze as well, so the difference between ZL and Blunt is literally Breeze.
As we were alluding to earlier, this mystery chest kind of dictating the route of Skelos here.
Yeah. A death in this level can be pretty costly, and there's a lot of damage abuses. So, I mean, it's not out of the question. I would be surprised if anyone dies, but it can happen. I haven't even touched on the Sprawler now that I think about it. I'm trying to remember if there's any other spots that use Sprawler. Anyway, I'll just explain that real quick, but it's like charging on a wall and then gliding, like charge, glide, charge, kind of fast, and Spyro does this like weird movement on the wall. It gives you
Yeah, it's just basically alternating between charging and like gliding on the wall. I'm not sure how, like the technical aspect and how it works, but yeah.
Yeah, skills is fast too.
Great job.
There's the mystery jar, and then there's the bone minigame as well that just kind of dictates the route. But it is a very shortish level, so there's the auto scroller at the end, quote unquote auto scroller. Like you can speed it up somewhat, but it's basically just gonna be like the same strat every time.
Yeah. I mean it's an auto scroller if you know
What you're
where the dinos are gonna spawn. It's
Yeah.
not really that difficult.
You can skip talking to the last guy as well by doing a good or well-timed double jump, you can make it across the bridge without actually having to activate the bridge. Yeah, Nerf is getting distance now between even ZL.
Yeah,
So
Nerf is just having a very good run.
the skill of Talisman is so easy to forget. I think that I've done that once or twice before.
Just charge past it.
Yeah, just charge past it. ZL's gonna skip the thing as well.
Yeah, it's just a walking double jump. Did we ever go over that?
No, I don't think so.
Nah. It's basically just like going into a double jump from a walk, and like as you're sliding out, like you want to initiate the double jump and you get a little bit more distance than you would otherwise.
Crystal has some interesting stuff at the beginning. So if you see Nerf screen, he's just gonna avoid rescuing the what would you call those? The frozen guys, I don't know. You're gonna avoid rescuing those guys because it just loses time, and you add an extra cutscene, I believe. So you can just double jump across the gap. And here, you're gonna wall glide to get up the wall. You're gonna see it in ZL's screen here shortly as well, once he enters the level, but it can save quite a bit of time. But yeah, look at ZL's screen here. He's gonna jump over this first gap.
Yeah, and you can just barely make that with the walking double jump. It's kind of funny here. Nerf is just going in. Oh,
Second time he messes it up too.
yeah. A little bit of a struggle here, but
Keeping it close.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Nerf, no.
Okay, so it is a little bit faster to go straight for the end of level thing there, but you can, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, you can clip on the scenery to make it a little bit more lenient, which Nerf just did after failing it 3 times. It's just like, well, I want ZL to catch up and make this a little bit closer.
Thanks for
Just want to remind you all that ZL got absolutely demolished by Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, ZL was going for the safe strat, going to the scenery and then into the end.
So catching up a little bit here.
For the talisman, the guy gives you the talisman even though you didn't even rescue him. He's like, yeah, you're talking to me, so you clearly rescued me, but no, he's still in jail, bro. Actually got scammed. Yeah, like ZL having the Hypnos webcam on the top was throwing me off at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I kept saying ZL, and then I see Hypno at the top, and I'm like, what? These Draclets, you can one-cycle them, which both ZL and Nerf were able to do.
Yeah.
And Nerf is just in the auto-scroller. So, not really much to say here at the end. Hypno at the beginning of Skelos, Blonde finishing up. So yeah, it's kind of like the big gap. We'll see what happens in levels like Zephyr and stuff where the gap can either close or open. But ZL's definitely caught up a bit.
Yeah, we could see some Definitely some shifts here going into Zephyr.
Zeal, is Zeal missing gems? Ah, he's just missing these. I thought he already got them, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I was like, I think that 10 was the last one you're supposed to get. Yeah. So one crystal glacier difference between Blunt and Nerf. Nerf going into Zephyr. Zephyr is a level that exists. Are they all using the same level order? Yep, they're all using the same level order, I believe. Unless
Yeah.
someone's
Thank you.
doing something different.
No,
But I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Well, it's like the same route.
Yeah, this route kind of became more optimal later, but we'll speak why after Zephyr.
Yeah.
But this wasn't the like.
Yeah,
this wasn't the route that was done for a while.
Yeah, I don't know how recent this is, but I think it's at least a couple years old at this point.
Yeah. Anyway, Zephyr has the Cowlex, which is everyone's favorite creature, right? Ooh, Cowlex. Let's go. But yeah, you have to take 7 Cowlex into this small fence thing, and it's really annoying. Thankfully, a Fireball makes it a lot more bearable, but it's still annoying. And Cowlex can do finicky stuff, so
Yeah.
we'll see how they treat our runners here. Nerf did an out of bounds to get to the professor pretty fast. There's another orb here, yeah, like with this professor. You're supposed to use some seeds or something, but then using the double jump you can just break the heck out of that one. And you also rescue Romeo, I think. I don't know, you rescue someone that clearly had the thing open already, so they could have just flown away, but okay. But now Nerf is gonna be up to the fun part of getting the Cowlex.
Yeah. Just not an RNG segment per se, but a very finicky one.
Yep. Nerf hoped him to mainly hit them with the charge, which doesn't send them flying super hard, and it's a little bit more predictable to what they're gonna be doing. The Fireball, it's very nice to have, just because you can send them like really high up. So for like slopes or big gaps, they can just, use the Fireball, which is nice. Yeah, Nerf actually controlling this really well. And Z also doing pretty good. Having to wait on this color to move for CL, but that's okay.
I imagine this is one of the more practiced side like orb challenges.
Yeah, Zephyr can be either like under 6 minutes or be 8 minutes, depending on who you are and how well practiced you have Cowlex. Probably not the most exciting thing to practice, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to if you want to get a good time. Yeah, so Nerf is what, like 40 seconds ahead of CL, something like that.
This is another instance of trying. We'll see if he gets it here, but he's basically trying to combine. Oh, yep, there he goes. Combine cutscenes there. so he's able to skip like more of them. Like yeah. I don't
Yeah, Zeals didn't get it there, but that's alright.
You have saved.
And another one of these mystery vials kind of dictating the route a bit here, going not just cleaning up the end of the level here.
Yeah, not that much to say. There's just that out of bounds at the end, and finishing up the mystery jar. Of course, the mystery jar in Zephyr is really short. Honestly, there's only like a few places where it just pops up, but you ended at the beginning as well, so it is what it is. Level has to be end at the beginning. So Nerf finishing up. ZL definitely caught up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So ZL is, let's see, 19, and then ZL finished at 40. So yeah, ZL is 20 seconds behind. Honestly, considering how much of a gap there was, that it's cutting it really close.
Yeah.
Nerf definitely didn't get the best of Zephyrs according to his split, so
You found.
ZL didn't do too bad. Now we're on to Metro. Metro? Is this Metro? Yes.
Metro Speedway, yeah.
There's not really much to say about the Speedway itself. It's also probably one of the more simple ones, or straightforward ones, I guess. Not simple, but
Yeah.
in terms of like what you're doing. Or the objective-wise, I guess. Simple, I guess, but... I know when I was playing this game, this section where the L is at, this part used to screw me up. And this is a speedway that has changed routes a lot, I feel. I feel like when I started, the route was different to what it is now.
Yeah, this route could be old, but it's been like 6 years, so or like
ZL is scaring me.
oh my god, yeah.
That was a lot of hiccups, but at least he didn't have to redo the speedway. Nerf on the auto scroller. This, I mean, like, it pretty much may be an auto scroller. There's stuff that you can do to speed it up, but like some charge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly an auto scroller.
Yeah, it's not exactly an auto scroller, but it's the same thing as the other. Like, it's an auto scroller if you know what they're doing. Route is interesting though for this thing. Obviously, if you miss to grab one of those, you have to redo the challenge, which is great.
They're still decently neck and neck. We'll see how things are looking here after Fracture, because there's definitely things that could happen.
Yeah, Fracture is an interesting level. Blunt is getting bullied by these cowlicks. But yeah, the reason why the route changed is because of that. After you go to Metro, you talk to Elora, and Elora just teleports you back up. And
Yeah.
that just ends up being faster. So you just go
Yeah,
straight to Fracture.
what's specifically happening is she's like asking you like to send you to like one of the talismans you don't have yet.
Yeah. And it's always gonna be Fractured. Like it's not like Tuco in Vortex where it's just RNG.
Yeah.
I think Blunt also got the... Yeah. Oh no, I thought he also got the cutscene stack. No, not quite. Fracture is definitely a level of all time when you do it in 14th Alley.
Thanks, Spyro.
It's a little bit more straightforward in 100%, but
Yeah.
still.
Also, Fireball just kind of
Breaks the level. Like, you have this alchemist challenge, but you can just destroy
yeah.
the guys with Fireball. Otherwise, you need to just push them. I don't think they're even killable unless you drop them into a fire.
Yeah, they're just like not killable until the Hunter challenge, but
Oh yeah, with
but because you've already killed them all, it just gives you the orb, so
yeah. So we use this like alchemist auto scroller to just clean up as much of the level as possible. So it's not really an auto scroller, like you're still in a race against time. Ideally you get the orb and then you get teleported back to get the other orb.
yeah, it's decently
It is
tight,
tight,
if
yeah.
you're doing everything. Well, like if you're trying to get everything you can before it.
Yeah, both ZL and Nerf did it really well there. ZL has to go get that gem. That's okay. Yeah, ideally you'd also kill enough spirits to be able to activate that supercharge. Saves a little bit of time. And where ZL is at, you destroy both of these, or you rescue both Sapphires at the same time. Just so you only get a single cutscene. The game can crash there if you do this wrong. I don't remember what causes that, but it can crash.
Wow.
Let's see. So the L is... How much is that? Almost 30. It's like 26 seconds behind Nerf. So it's pretty close, honestly. Definitely closing up the gap for this last bit of the run. Molten can also be... Or Molten. Molten is Fire 3. Magma can also be a level. There's one of our favorite challenges too in here, which you will see later.
Yeah. I mean, compared to some of the other levels, Magma isn't too bad. Yeah,
Welcome can just be a little variable, but
yeah.
we'll see. So Nerf is going out of bounds to enter the popcorn arena, where we have to do 2 popcorn, and then ZL is gonna be following closely behind him.
Yeah. This is one of those challenges that are RNG, but you can get pretty, like, standardized times if you're good at it.
Yeah. You could also just get screwed, so we'll see.
Yeah.
ZL's doing well. Definitely catching up a little bit on Nerf there. Yeah, that was really good for ZL. We'll see what or how Popcorn 2 goes for both of them. Oh, nice. ZL's getting like a 4th and triple. Wow, ZL's killing it right here.
Yeah.
Actually killing it. What? That's crazy. He's doing really well. Oh, Hunter stole that from him. 12. Just having a little bit of hiccups there.
Yeah.
But he's still caught up over Nerf. Or caught up a little bit of time over Nerf. So So on stream, ZL is ahead, but not actually time-wise.
Yeah, and
Nerf is still ahead.
yeah, 15-ish seconds.
But I mean, it's time that
Yeah.
he's closing the gap a little bit. The power up in this level, I think, only requires 2 spirits, so that's not something that you have to particularly worry about too much. As long as you kill 2 enemies, that's pretty much good. Yeah, they're pretty much. It's funny because they're pretty much neck on neck on the stream.
Yeah.
Crazy, especially after an hour and a half. That is really close between the 2 of them.
Yeah, being this close, like this far into the run, just it's pretty crazy with how variable like this run can be, just due to how punishing the game is a lot of the time.
Yep. Party poopers, I mean, you can just do it with the fireball. Just not being really convenient.
Would you like me?
So you
And
do another.
oh no, that's
fine.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. So ZL's gonna lose time to Nerf here. Nerf did get the cutscene stack. ZL didn't. So you would get the talisman and the orb at the same time. So Nerf getting that advantage back here.
Yeah.
Going into the second to last level.
Yeah, we just have Shady and Icy here, so Nerf is sitting pretty comfortably, but I wouldn't get too comfortable yet.
Yeah, who knows? You can fail the Icy Speedway auto-scroller.
Yeah.
Game was doing well to keep up, frankly, with at least Blonde. Like, they're still on the same level-ish. So it's doing fine, frankly. We'll see how the other runners are doing, like the ones that aren't featured on the stream. Once Nerv and CL finish up, which I'm sure they're gonna be first and second. So we'll check on those stats afterwards. But yeah, this level, Shady, it is kind of dictated by the hippos movement kind of thing. Can be semi-auto-scroller-ish, but you still have to get the gems, of course.
Yeah.
So you still need good movement. And there is also there's a mystery chest in this level, which makes it makes the route a little weird. But you will see that later. Alright, Nerf is getting the talisman, and then CL is following closely behind.
Yeah.
Man,
Let's see, Nerf got the talisman at 50.
as long as we make
Yeah, the difference is like 30.
Yeah, 30,
Around.
35-ish, yeah.
Hey, I mean, that's one Icy Speedway auto-scroller away from catching up, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So here you have to rescue the other hippos. They're like, so you can break the thing with the fireball, but you actually head bash the one of them or the first one for the other ones to spawn like really fast.
Yeah.
It's really weird, but it works like that, and it actually can
Yeah.
save quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I think it's timing based, but I'm not entirely sure either.
Yeah, it may be. And then Nerf timed it, so he would hit the mystery chest as he was getting the orb. So he would actually be teleported up there and not have to go there, manually. Like if the cutscenes overlap, that would happen. Yep, there we go. Nerf finished up pretty quick. ZL is gonna be close behind him, but with only one level left, we'll see what happens.
I'm not super sure what's happened with Blunts. It's kind of hard to see. His
Blunt had a few things. Like for starter, his race just started like bad because he got controller issues, so he lost immediately like 30 seconds on Glimmer, like right off the bat.
Yeah, and he also just had like really bad fish.
He had bad fish and he fell off in which level was it? Idle.
Yeah.
After getting the proxy, so that also costed him a lot of time. Yeah, unfortunately Blunt isn't having the best of runs for him, but he's still gonna probably get like a pretty good time. So we'll see how it goes in terms of like final standings. Reminder that the first or the top 5 get some prizes. So that's something to keep an eye out on, as well as the people that are trying to achieve qualification into the final Splash Vecta for the mainstream to go for the final prize.
Okay.
Alright, so Nerf only has the outer scroller left.
I'll get
This is
Yeah.
just an auto scroller.
Yeah.
I mean, he could fail it, I'm just saying.
But this is pretty comfortably looking like a 136, which is
It's very
kind of
impressive.
nutty to get in a race.
Yeah, it is very, very impressive. ZL is about to get a 137 too, which is very good. All they need to do is not fail these. Ooh, the error's kicking in. Is anyone going to fail? No, I think Nerf's have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're really.
Nerf's got it. Alright.
Yeah. GG.
GG's to Nerf.
GG's to Nerf, yeah.
He's gonna be acquiring first place and $150. I think it's 150, something like that. They get a prize.
Yeah.
And so very, very good from Nerf.
Very good from Nerf.
136 is very solid.
Not far behind is Zachary Lawrence with a 137.
Oh, yep, also very, very good.
Yeah. Blunt's is finishing up. Shady. I'm not. I think he's third, but or no, he just started Shady.
So I do know ZL is trying to participate on the final Splash Vecta. So I mean, getting second place here, that will definitely give him the points he needs, or a lot of the points he needs to be able to try to aspire for the thing. I'm just checking
Yeah.
the stats on race time to see who's else is finished. I'm checking on my phone, so there may be some delays. Still so far Nerf and ZL. You get in the chat that Spot may get third. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not the most climatic way to end a race. I mean, just do the, the speedway and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah. The other people that you may want to watch for are, I don't know if Klax is doing this race, but I know he was ranked really high on the general standings for the Splash Vecta. I don't think Klax is doing this one. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the standings are later on. Blunt getting a quick commercial break in. Gotta
Yeah.
sell out. Oh, he is doing it? Okay, I didn't see him on the... Oh yeah, I see him. Yeah, he's on Zephyr, okay. Yeah, we'll see how Klaxi does. I know Klaxi got really, really good points because he scored really high on the Crash 1 and the Crash 2 race. So definitely keep an eye on him, see how much he scores in the thing. Okay, Spot is entering Icy. Okay, then Spot should get third. It's very good actually. Like, it'll be
Yeah.
like a 142 or 41, something like that for Spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of been a rough race for Blunts here.
Yeah. Hypno's just entering Shady. I mean, he's looking like he's also gonna score pretty decent points. Hypno's obviously also going for the final Sprash Vecta. And he's scored pretty decently in all of the games. So it'll be another one that he may be able to get some decent points at. Not sure how the points vary between entrances or entrants for the race, but this one didn't. I think this one's the one that has the least people in it, so I'm not sure how that's gonna exactly affect the race points. But I guess we'll see. All right. Well, I don't know. What is the next race? I cannot. It may be Crash 3. I'm assuming they're probably ending with Spyro 3. I don't know. I don't remember what the dates are. In any case, we're getting a number 3 next week.
Spyro.
Either, you know, Spyro or Crash. So very much so look forward to that. It should be very
Yeah.
exciting.
November,
It will be
Oh.
Spyro 3.
I got an audio. It will be Spyro 3.
oh, okay.
Okay, so it is Spyro 3. The voices in my head telling me Spyro 3. You all didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. Oh yeah, next week is a break, you're right, because Thanksgiving. That is a thing that exists. Well, I'm gonna be in South America. We are gonna be in South America, actually, both of us.
Yeah.
Spot finishing up, so getting third. Very, very good. 142.22 for Spot.
Yeah.
RTA, that is.
Yeah, GG Spud.
GG Spot getting, like, some dollars and 50 cents. I think it's 37.50 or something. But he's getting paid, he's getting bank. And Blunt's finishing up here shortly as well with a 142 something.
And Nerf booting up Croc, I assume. Yeah. Alright.
Playing a video game of all time.
GG Blunts.
Also getting some pay. Nerf is showing us off this beautiful game.
Not at all a reject Yoshi game.
Whoa, I can't believe you say that. You need to watch your mouth.
Anyway. Croc 2 or Croc 1, I mean, true. Not a super high bar, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nerf here doing hovers, I believe they're like frame perfect thing that you can do in Croc.
We still have we just have Hypno going into Icy. That's all we've got left here.
Yeah, Hypno, move faster, or we're gonna have to see Croc.
Yeah, but I guess now would be a good time to say that Spyro 3 will be next. It won't be exactly next week because Thanksgiving, as mentioned. So we'll have a week break, and then we'll come back with Spyro 3, and then Crash 3, and then the SPRASH Fecta. So, definitely excited for that.
Yeah. Hope you
Yep.
will look forward to the 3 races that we have left, and the main thing, the SPRASH Fecta.
Yeah.
Well, the 2 races, and I guess the big one.
Blunt is currently in the Tunnel of Love. It's always curious what you get in the Tunnel of Love. It's definitely random.
George.
Ooh, it's George. It's
Yeah.
George. Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys.
No one else has finished yet, so Hypno may take 5th. I'm not sure how. Maybe
I
Neo.
think
Neo's
I think
like,
it's going to be Hypno or Noi. I'm a little confused because I thought for sure Noi was ahead of Hypno going into Icy. So I have no
Neo's
idea
ahead.
what has happened to
okay.
Noi.
Noi is ahead.
Noi completed.
Completed.
It's not shown on race time. It's all about race time, baby. What's he doing?
No, finish on race time.
Oh, he's throwing.
He's
If
throwing.
he's already finished, he's throwing. He's gonna let Hypno sneak 5th.
Gonna get away with those $7.50. Oh no.
I cannot believe this. No. Yes, Hypno stole it. Oh my god.
Hypno
no.
stole it. Noi
Noi is like
still
bye.
has not said he completed.
Rip $7.50.
Noi has just now finished, apparently.
All right, GG Hypno.
GG Hypno.
GG Hypno on 5th.
I hope.
Sniping it away.